And good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to race number 17 of the Mobil 1 Cup Series. We have 13 drivers still in contention to take home the Season 2 Mobil 1 Cup Series Championship as race number 2 of the chase takes place here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now, before we get to the starting lineup and everything, we're going to give you a quick update here. Jordan Hester was injured in an off-track incident. The injury is undisclosed, so we do not know what the injury is exactly. However, there are going to be some changes as far as his rides here for the rest of Season 2 over in the Oreo Truck Series. He ended up coming off a good 15th place finish yesterday, but he is out. His number 28 ride will be taken over by Dougie Shears, so Shears will be trying to get the championship for Jordan Hester this season. Real tough break for Jordan Hester right there, being a championship contender in the Oreo Truck Series. But the 99 that Dougie Shears drives in the Truck Series will be driven by Cody Poe. So those two rides will still be driven, just different drivers. Dougie Shears will be in the 28 for the rest of the season, and Cody Poe in the 99. Here in the Mobil 1 Cup Series, the number 5 Hellman Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports that Jordan Hester drives is going to be driven by Cody Poe, and Cody Poe will also take the ride of the number 11 FedEx Toyota in the Snickers Cup Series. So Cody Poe coming in. We're very familiar with Cody Poe. He ended up filling in last season as well, to my knowledge. I can't remember who exactly he filled in for or if he had a ride of his own, but Cody Poe is back in the NNSCRA. All right, time for the starting lineup here at Indianapolis. 16 laps of racing will take place here, and here's the 42-car field. Stephen Dillon will start on the pole alongside of Bob Fergus. John Worry beside of sister Kristen Worry. Adam Rose lining up alongside of our first championship contender, Ray Wilson. And then it's Jack Richards alongside of Angel D'Souza. Dougie Shears going to line up to the inside of Timmy Pacioli. That's another championship contender right there. Devin Wilson, yet another championship contender lining up there alongside of Lisa Shears. Jake Cole beside of another championship contender. That's Arnold Columbia. Another championship contender, and Nick Eggleston will line up beside of Robert Cruz. Adam Chambers alongside of championship contender Jared Crocious. Then you got Daniel Schwab lined up beside of Jake Berg. Robert Bann alongside of Chad Smith. Then it's James Bald beside Patrick Murphy. Then you got Christian James. He's a championship contender alongside a fellow championship contender, Jacob Rodriguez. Another row of championship contenders here, including Jake Rogers and Noel Stiller. Then you've got Cody Poe. It says Jordan Hester, but this is Cody Poe driving the number 5 alongside of championship contender Ziggy Bain. Anthony McCurry will line up alongside of Kenny McCurry. And then it'll be Adrian Brace alongside of Amy Nathan. Ralph Green, another championship contender, going to line up beside of John Dillon. And then it's Corey Williams alongside of Alex Lozano. John Brace, a championship contender, starting way back here. And the same for championship contender Brandon Gonzalez, starting all the way back in row 20. So these guys are going to have to work their way up to the front quickly here. And Sean Galligan will line up beside of defending champion Matthew Rodriguez. All right, like we always do, we step aside real quick, give you a look at the way that the standings look coming into today's race, and then we'll come back for the green flag.
Okay, so coming into this race, Jake Rogers holds only a mere 1-point lead over John Brace. Brandon Gonzalez there in third, only 5 points back. The same for Ziggy Bain in fourth. Nick Eggleston is 7 points back. Devin Wilson 16 points back. Then it starts to widen up a little bit. 21 points back for Pacioli, 27 back for Columbia. James is back 30, Crocious back 30, Ralph Green back 30, and Ray Wilson back 35. However, pretty much but goes without saying, but for Ray Wilson, what he would have to do in order to have the points lead is Jake Rogers would have to finish, I believe it would be 37th or worse, and Ray Wilson would have to win the race. So it's not impossible by any means. And then, of course, the last driver in the championship standings right now, who is only 36 points back and still definitely very much in it, is Jacob Rodriguez. If you're 44 points back or more, you're pretty much out of championship contention unless you get a good finish the following week. But as the weeks get less and less, then the time's going to run out even quicker. Alright, so now let's get back to the green flag, as this is the way that the chase looks coming into today's race here in Indianapolis.
Well, this race hasn't even gotten started, and already an engine failure for a championship contender. That's Ziggy Bain in the 19. A tough break for him. A championship contender, as I mentioned, coming into this race, and he's not even going to get to finish this race or start this race, it looks like, as he has an engine go south on him here before the green flag is even taken. What a bad break for Ziggy Bain. And that, folks, may have just taken him out of championship contention. What a shame. Ziggy Bain, that unsponsored 19, was in the chase and may end up losing the championship right here today. But here's Stephen Dillon and Bob Fergus, two Chevys, will get us under the green flag here at Indianapolis. 16 laps of racing. Who's going to win it here? I have no idea. Could it be Sean Galligan, the guy who took the win in the Truck Series race yesterday? Or could it be a chase contender who could rack up big points here with a victory? Stephen Dillon has actually been up there at the front lately. If I remember correctly, he had a second place finish to somebody. I can't right off the top of my head remember who it was, but I remember he had a second place finish and was very close to picking up his first victory. As now John Worry's going to go on by him. John Worry, probably one of the toughest breaks that a driver has taken this season, missing out by mere points, both the Mobil 1 Cup Series Championship chase and the Snickers Cup Series Championship chase. And he's going to lead him down here to the caution flag as the caution is waving. Take a look and see who's involved. Oh, Christian Janes, another championship contender. Jake Berg, Robert Band, Noel Stiller is also involved. There's Ralph Green, another championship contender. And Jared Crocious, that's a championship contender there as well. Oh, Daniel Schwab gets turned there in the turn 3 and 4 vicinity, it looked like. Or maybe that was turn 1 and 2. See if anybody else is damaged here. We do know of a few championship contenders that were involved, though. Christian Janes, Ralph Green, and Jared Crocious. Looks like that's it, as John Worry paces us under the caution flag. So now we have, out of 13 drivers, at least 4 drivers that we know of that are chase contenders that have got problems here today at the Brickyard. Let's look at a replay. Okay, so it looks like the incident starts here when Robert Band's going to get a piece of the wall right there. He comes down, gets a piece of both Christian Janes and Jake Rogers. Rogers made some contact there. I think he was able to keep it straight, though. Of course, Rogers, our winner of last week's race at Riki Raceway. And right here, look at Christian Janes. He's trying to hold on. Oh, Jake Berg hit something. I don't know what he hit. But that car just stopped. And oh, look at Ralph Green and Jared Crocious. Oh, Noel Stiller as well. Kenny McCurry may have gotten a piece of it as well. But oh my goodness, that was at least 3 championship contenders right there. Ralph Green there. And oh, Jared Crocious actually flipped and barrel rolled. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that a car got airborne in that turn. But nonetheless, it did, and that's why we're underneath the caution flag. Why don't we quickly go over to the other turn and see what happened to Daniel Schwab. Okay, here it is. Looks like Daniel Schwab's going to get a tap from Lisa Shears here as they were going 3 wide. That's indeed the case. Or else maybe he came up into Lisa Shears. I'm not sure which. But Schwab, look at Arnold Columbia. That's a championship contender just trying to get by. Oh, he didn't! Columbia was involved as well as he got the wall. Lisa Shears was in the wall as well. Oh my gosh, so there were 5 championship contenders now that have met problems. Columbia can be added to that list, and he does have front-end damage to that number 6. So Daniel Schwab was not the only one involved in that wreck. 2 others involved, Lisa Shears and championship contender Arnold Columbia. Let's go back to green. Alright, so we're about to go back under the green flag as they have taken the 1 to go signal, and we'll go green next time by. Drivers that have retired out of this race include 3 championship contenders, Jared Crocious, Christian Janes, and Ralph Green. Ziggy Bain's not even going to get scored because he didn't complete 1 lap. However, he is, according to my point system, going to get credited for 42nd. That's another championship contender, and also out of the race are Jake Berg and Noel Stiller. Drivers that were involved over there in that other turn, Lisa Shears, Daniel Schwab, Arnold Columbia, they've made repairs to their race cars and returned to the racetrack. So John Worry out in front, looking for his first Mobil 1 Cup Series victory of this season. He ended up almost taking one at Texas, but engine failure on the last lap slid him all the way back. I think it was to 14th position for the finish. And that handed the race win over to Ralph Green that race, but he's trying to get some redemption here today at Indianapolis. Stephen Dillon lines up there in 2nd. Then it's Adam Rose 3rd, Jack Richards 4th, and Dougie Shears in 5th. Then our first championship contender is up here in 6th. That is Devin Wilson. Bob Fergus is in 8th, Jake Cole 9th, and Ray Wilson's in, Jake Cole is in 8th. Ray Wilson runs in 9th. That's a championship contender. Angel D'Souza is in 10th. Christian Worry 11th. Championship contender Nick Eggleston is 12th. 13th is Adam Chambers. 14th is championship contender Timmy Pacioli. Schwab is 15th position. 16th is Lisa Shears. Robert Cruz is 17th. 18th is James Bald. Then there's Jake Rogers, a championship contender in 19th. 20th is Chad Smith. Cody Poe runs in 21st. 22nd is Anthony McCurry. Patrick Murphy 23rd. 24th Adrian Brace. And 25th is Corey Williams. 26th is John Brace. We're going to look and see just where the championship contenders are running now. 28th is Jacob Rodriguez. They got Brandon Gonzalez there in 31st. And Arnold Columbia is 36th on the racetrack. That is the way that the championship contenders are running. Green flag back out on lap 6 of 16. We got 11 laps to go here at the Brickyard. Jack Richards making a move down there for 3rd under Adam Rose. You know, Richards has really done a great job. He was a go-or-go-homer for pretty much the first half of the season, but he's made races, and Jack Richards is really showing some momentum in that 11 car. Going to be nice to see him back next season in the Mobil 1 Cup Series, but he's going to be in a different ride. As Stephen Dillon, the pole sitter, trying to close back in on John Worry, who was able to get on by Stephen Dillon on the very first lap. Jack Richards has moved into 3rd. Dougie Shears has now moved into 4th position. And the caution is out again. Caution waves once more. Stephen Dillon's going to try and get Worry at the line, but you see there, he just tucks back in line there. That was a good move by Stephen Dillon because he knew he wasn't going to get that position. And we're under the caution flag for Brandon Gonzalez. 3 wins this season, and he's involved here. A championship contender, John Dillon, also involved. James Bald may have gotten some of it, as well as Amy Nathan. And Robert Bann appears to have more damage. Oh my goodness. Brandon Gonzalez, who I believe was pretty much considered the favorite coming into this race due to the fact that he had 3 wins this season. And he's involved in a wreck here. Let's see what happened to the Domino's Pizza Chevrolet. Well, right here's the contact. Looks like John Dillon makes a teeny bit of contact there with Jacob Rodriguez. Oh no, it happened further up. Oh, James Bald. He got turned by Lisa Shears. James Bald was turned by Lisa Shears. That's what it was. And right here, John Dillon just tries to get through, cannot do it. And, oh, there's where Brandon Gonzalez picks up his contact. Oh, man, that was a hard hit. Amy Nathan just got clipped. And Robert Bann looks like he does indeed get through. There's Gonzalez. There's Nathan. And Kenny McCurry, I think, got a little bit of contact, but not much for damage, though. So, but that's the big news right there. Brandon Gonzalez in the 53. And this car, we are getting a report, has retired from the race. So that makes up our total now of 6 championship contenders involved in something, and now 5 championship contenders out of the race. And then there were 8. 5 championship contenders have gone back to the garage area, including Christian James, Ralph Green, Ziggy Bain, Jared Crocious, and now Brandon Gonzalez. That leaves 8 championship contenders out there to reap the rewards, and I'll tell you what, 3 wins or not, Brandon Gonzalez has dug himself a hole here, and he's going to have a tough time climbing out of it, as we only have 3 more chase races to go after this one. John Worry leads the way. Stephen Dillon is in 2nd. Jack Richards up to 3rd. Dougie Shears is 4th. And Bob Fergus is in 5th. By the way, Bob Fergus doing a great job in that car, and he's going to be back in it next season. They got Devin Wilson 6th. 7th is Jake Cole. Ray Wilson 8th. Angel D'Souza 9th. And Adam Rose in 10th. Pretty much not that much of a change in the top 10 from when we went through it last time. Anyway, Christian Worry is in 11th. Nick Eggleston is 12th. 13th is Adam Chambers. 14th, Timmy Pacioli. Robert Cruz 15th. Daniel Schwab runs 16th. Chad Smith in 17th. Jake Rogers 18th. 19th is Anthony McCurry. And in 20th is Lisa Shears. Cody Poe 21st. Corey Williams 22nd. 23rd. Patrick Murphy 24th. John Brace. Sean Galligan 25th. Jacob Rodriguez is 26th. 27th is Adrian Brace. Alex Lozano runs in 28th. 29th is Matthew Rodriguez. Robert Bann 30th. 31st is Arnold Columbia. 32nd is Kenny McCurry. 33rd is Amy Nathan. 34th is James Bald. And John Dillon is in 35th. 7 cars out of the race. 5 of them are championship contenders. They are Brandon Gonzalez, Jared Crocious, Christian James, Ralph Green, Ziggy Bain, and they join Noel Stiller and Jake Berg in the garage area. So this may be a very big point shakeup here. Remember, when we came into this race, all 13 drivers were still mathematically in championship contention. What will this do to their chances here today, referring to those 5 drivers who have retired from the race already? We're going to find out, but we still have to find out who's going to take the win here today. John Worry, ever since taking the lead on lap 1, has led it all, and he'll come down and get the restart here on lap 11. 6 laps to go here at Indianapolis. Stephen Dillon almost was there to make a move when they came down to the caution flag, so obviously his car a little bit better on the long runs. John Worry a little bit better on the short runs from what we've seen here, but now Stephen Dillon pretty good on the short run too, as he comes here, almost gets to the inside there in that turn 2 vicinity. See if we can race this thing green to the end. We've already worked 2 caution flags, which has involved taking out 5 championship contenders. And, oh, Worry in the fence! And almost got turned by Stephen Dillon. That was a good move by Stephen Dillon to miss that. And look at Dougie Shears and Bob Fergus. Look at the run they got when that momentum of both Dillon and Worry was slowed. And Stephen Dillon leads that lap. Caution is out. Caution is waving. I don't know if they're going to slow down now or if they're going to race it around one more time. Looks like they're going to race it one more time. And then they'll get the caution, it looks like. Oh, nope. The pace car is pulling out ahead of them. So the caution will come out. Stephen Dillon is the leader. Let's take a look and see what happened. Who's involved? Oh, our defending champ, Matthew Rodriguez. A championship contender, John Brace, is involved. Amy Nathan also is involved in this. Oh my goodness, look at this. Our 6th championship contender today involved in a wreck. That's John Brace in the number 16. Let's see what happened to him, along with Amy Nathan and our defending champion, Matthew Rodriguez. Well, it must be disappointing when you're turned by another car when you're a championship contender, but it must be even more disappointing when you're turned by a fellow championship contender, as Jacob Rodriguez is the one who gets into John Brace. Remember, these two battling it out for the championship. And, oh, look at Matthew Rodriguez slide. I think he slid into the pits. I think Matthew Rodriguez slid into the pits and maybe just decided to make a pit stop. Oh! Right there, Jacob Rodriguez just nailed John Brace again. Oh, you know, I don't know if John Brace is going to get a penalty for that or not. Arnold Columbia got a piece of that as well. But Jacob Rodriguez turned back into John Brace. I think there's going to be a penalty handed out there. Jacob Rodriguez, there was no question about that. He just flat out turned back into the 16. And so there may be a penalty handed out to the number 7. We're going to find out, though, because that almost looked like that was completely intentional. I want you to watch this with Matthew Rodriguez, our defending champion. I love this. He gets turned, he slides, he gets a piece of the wall there, he comes down pit road, and he's on pit road. He kind of decides, okay, I'm on pit road, I'm stopped, I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to get my pit service done. How about that? Matthew Rodriguez spins down pit road, decides, okay, I crossed the stripe, I'm here on pit road, I'm going to get my pit work done. That's kind of cool, actually. But he does have some rear end damage because you saw him hit that guardrail entering into the pit road. And then there were 7 as we continue to count down drivers that are in the championship contention that have been taken out here at the Brickyard. Now added into that list is John Brace, and he joins Amy Nathan in the garage area. Matthew Rodriguez has made repairs, returned to the racetrack, and he is currently scored in the 33rd position, 1 lap down. Stephen Dillon leads. Dougie Shears is 2nd. 3rd is John Worry. 4th, Bob Fergus. 5th is Jack Richards. Devin Wilson 6th. 7th is Jake Cole. 8th is Ray Wilson. 9th is Angel Souza. And 10th is Adam Rose. Nick Eggleston 11th. 12th is Christian Worry. 13th, Timmy Pacioli. Adam Chambers 14th. 15th is Robert Cruz. Anthony McCurry is 16th. 17th is Chad Smith. And you got Jake Rogers 18th. 19th is Cody Poe. And Corey Williams is up to 20th. Rest of the championship contenders are running as so. Jacob Rodriguez is back there in 31st. And 32nd is Arnold Columbia. The rest of the cars are out of the race as we have a 1-lap shootout to decide the race here at Indianapolis. Still waiting for official word on what's going to happen as far as Jacob Rodriguez is concerned after that turning, and it really did look intentional on his part, taking John Brace out of the race. And we'll find out what the case is going to be on that at the end of this event. He is running at the back, though, in the 31st position, so he's obviously not going to come away with a good points day. And if he gets a penalty put on top of that, that may take him out of championship contention right there. One-lap shootout. Can Stephen Dillon pick up his first career win? We're going to find out. It is Impala, then Mustang, then Dodge Avenger, and then another Impala, and then a Camry. There are all four makes in the top 5. Green flag and white flag are displayed at the same time to Stephen Dillon. If the caution comes out, it won't matter. They'll race it back to the line. Dillon opens up about a car length lead over Dougie Shears. Stephen Dillon out in front. Dougie Shears right there in second, now starts to close up the gap. John Worry under fire for third from Bob Burgess, as Dougie Shears is on the back bumper of Stephen Dillon heading into 3. Will he put a move here is the question. He looks like he might. No, he cannot. Now he's going to try. He goes a half groove lower. Oh, Stephen Dillon gets a piece of the wall, and Dougie Shears to the inside. A costly mistake by Stephen Dillon may have handed Dougie Shears this win. Out of turn 4 for the final time. Dougie Shears is going to come down and take advantage of Stephen Dillon's misfortune and win in Indianapolis. Wow. Stephen Dillon just slipped up there in that turn and handed the win over to Dougie Shears, and the caution is out, actually. Oh, it's for Daniel Schwab. Man, that car is a wreck. Daniel Schwab on pit road. Looks like maybe he was the only car involved. Let's quickly look back and see what happened to him. Second wreck today that Daniel Schwab has been involved in. He was involved in the first wreck on the first lap, and now he's involved in the finishing wreck that finished off this race. But his buddy Dougie Shears takes the victory, so I'm sure that'll be a little bit of consolation for him. Anyway, right here, it looks like James Bald's going to just get into him. Bald came off a little loose off that turn. Yeah, he really did. He came really loose. Gets into Daniel Schwab, and it just turns him around. There's no way that he could have gotten off of him, really. That was just a case of that he couldn't control his race car. And look at the hit. Schwab takes an... Oh, my goodness. Car flips over and everything. Look at the front of that car. That car is mangled. And it actually sends him into a barrel roll. And watch the way he comes to rest here. That right front up and on the wall and just kind of hinged there. And look at that. He stopped on his side. That's a hard hit and a wild ride for Daniel Schwab in the 18. But we're going to now take a look at the chase standings after we show you the finishing order from today's race.
Okay, here's the way that the standings look. Obviously, a bit of a point shake-up here. Nick Eggleston now holds a 3-point advantage over Jake Rogers. Devin Wilson is now 4 points back. Timmy Pacioli, 16 points back, with John Brace. That wreck ended up pushing him back 18 points back. In 5th, Brandon Gonzalez's wreck pushed him back to 6th. Ray Wilson, Ziggy Bain, and Arnold Columbia are the rest of the drivers that are still in contention. Crocish's bad luck, Christian James' bad luck, and Ralph Green's bad luck may have taken them mathematically out of the championship picture. And of course, Jacob Rodriguez, he was docked 20 points for that aggressive move, and so that definitely takes him out of championship contention. And so he will finish off the season definitely in the 13th position. Alright, see you guys next week at Texas. Here comes the finishing results, or the rest of the standings and the rookie standings. See you next time.